Greetings, welcome to MailBag. MailBag is a weekly Q&A where you ask questions and then I give you answers. And this week's question is...
This week's question is from Clive D from Miami, Florida. Pete, what are your top 3 tips you can give me to improve my negotiation skills?
Okay, this is a phenomenally deliciously good question, Clive. So thank you very, very much. I will give you my top, there are probably 300 tips, but I'm gonna give you my top 3 tips. And number 1 is always keep a cool head. Sometimes, let's use the example if you're representing the seller, right? And the house is on the market for $1 million, you get an offer for $600,000. It would be perfectly logical and reasonable for you to think that you can bite the head off that buyer's agent to say, what the hell are you thinking? You are mental, we're never gonna do. When deals become adversarial, they fail. So always keep a cool head, and I would respond to the agent with something like this. Hey, thank you so much for your offer. We're not quite at the mark you need to be at. In fact, we're a long way away, but let's keep kicking the ball backwards and forwards to see if we can actually find a place that works for everyone. Okay, so that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is always be transparent with your client. Sometimes it may be tempting to not give your client the bad news, and there are ways to give your client the bad news where they don't explode and the deal goes south. But I know there are agents that I've encountered in the past where they just don't tell their seller something or their buyer something, and they hope they don't find out. That is terrible, and if they find out mid-negotiation, that is going to tank the entire deal. So be transparent and make sure your client knows everything that they need to know about everything. And then number 3, this really should be number 1. Number 3 is this. Always make your client's interests the North Star of every deal. Never worry about commission. Never worrying about, I need to close this one to pay the rent. Never worry about anything else other than what is best for the client. When I'm working with someone, I'm always having that mantra go through my mind. What is best for the client? And sometimes it can be better for the client to cancel out of a deal. If you cancel out of a deal and you show to them why you're recommending you should cancel out, you may not get the commission now, but your client is going to love you for your honesty and your transparency, and they're probably going to use you multiple times and recommend you to all of their friends. Always keep the client front and center. Great question. Thanks very much. I'll be back with another mailbag next week. Till then, see ya.